I remember one time I was scared to have anxiety, and so I had anxiety of anxiety. I don't know if this happened to you, but we are so scared as human beings feeling all the emotions that that emotion of fear becomes the actual emotion that is causing us sufferance. So in this video we're gonna try to see how we can stop these cycles of fears about feeling an emotion and actually learning how easy it is to feel everything, to let any sensation be there and letting it emerge. So the first thing I want to talk about is exactly this kind of crazy thing where there is the thing that is happening to us and there is the brain on top of the thing that is happening to us that is creating all narratives, all ideas, all imagination. And this imagination is most of the time what causes sufferance. So let's try to see what is really happening here. In imagination, we are creating this scenario where we're having anxiety, where we're having an accident, where we probably have a breakup, and we are creating fear of something. The problem is not even there, it's all in our mind. And this is what the brain does. The brain tries to prevent, the brain tries to avoid, the brain is scared to feeling an emotion just because the emotion is not anymore just a sensation in the body, but is an old narrative. So the interesting thing is that all this time we've been scared of feeling a sensation in the body. There's nothing we can feel. There's nothing dangerous in that. There's nothing personal in feeling a feeling. But because we are so convinced that there is a me that is suffering, there is a me that is feeling there is a me to which all this is, to who all this is happening, there the suffering is created. But if we start looking a little bit deeper, where is this me? Where is this me to who all these things are happening? Is there a me for real, or it's just that all the sensation and imagination and thoughts and emotions are happening in the space that I really am, and they can completely be there? So the anxiety can be there, the fear can be there, the anger, the sadness. And then when we see that all these things can be there, we start being very curious, and instead assuming that we know what we are feeling or we could feeling, we start becoming curious in the sense, what is really this thing? And we go in the body, directly in the body, and we try to check, taking away the image, the idea, the narrative of the brain, what am I left with? What is really this thing in the body? And even in the body, we can see that it doesn't really exist. But can I be super curious and see that this is nothing personal, doesn't mean anything about this me that the brain is creating, and it can completely be there? When I start realizing this deeper and deeper, not just intellectually, I stop having anxiety of anxiety. I stop having fear of feeling emotion, because I realize that there's not a me that is feeling. These are sensations that are emerging, images, impression, thoughts, ideas, feelings that are emerging on the space that I am. And when I'm not anymore the observant that is judging them, resisting to them, analyzing them, but I become the space in which all this happen, there's no sufferance anymore. The only sufferance was created by the mind trying to resist to the feeling, to the sensation, avoiding it, not wanting to feel it, and so be scared about it. But who's me that is experiencing that? That also an idea of the mind. And so in my spiritual talk of this next week in French, I'm gonna give a talk about this. I'm gonna give a talk about how can we feel everything, even in the middle of the storm, we can completely feel everything, and how can we amplify our capacity to feel. I hope to see you there if you speak French. I leave you the link here below so we can go deeper and I will also do a meditation and a practice where you can actually experience what it means feeling the feeling without being the character, but be the consciousness in which all this is happening. So I hope to see you there. Thank you for watching. Bye.